Good morning. This is January 10th. Oh, I moved my microphone over so people can hear me. Huh? Oops. Oops. Alright. That's better. It is the 10th of January, Thursday. And we are going to do an intuitive daily reading. Uh-oh. I didn't get another, usually I'll get kind of like insight, or they'll say what kind of a reading I should do earlier on when I'm like kind of meditating and stuff before I do my videos. And today and yesterday I just had nothing. Like it wasn't, you know, any guidance there. So I'm just going to take it as I need to do another just daily intuitive. And that's it. So I'm also going to do some angel cards. So, alright, messages may or may not resonate. If they do, awesome. If they don't try to make them. Also, if you haven't checked her out yet, which I need to put her in my information, my sister does tarot readings, and she is absolutely amazing. You should go check her out, DarlingDTarot, and you will be very happy. She's so sweet and so wonderful, and I love her so much. So go check her out and make a comment that I sent you. Alright, let's go. Alright, 7 of Cups. Choices. Could be choices, could be, you know, options, directions to go. Could be a dream, could be dreams, you know. So we'll find out. Let's see, I'm going to do a couple more. 7 of Cups to me usually comes up when I'm, like, I have, like, a lot of different ways I could go, or, like, I'm thinking about doing a whole bunch of things. Huh. Sorry, 1111 is on the thing. So that's usually what it is for me. Let's see. Okay. This leads me to believe that there's, I think maybe someone's very frustrated because they're not sure which way to go. But what this is saying, temperance, and anyone who's watched any of my videos knows how much I love temperance. It's the card of patience. But what this is saying is it's going to take time. You have to kind of figure out where you want to go, what you want to do. Okay, so there's a lot of options, but have patience. Let's see. Okay. 4 of Pentacles is always an investment card for me, so what this leads me to believe is that you need to invest in something. Invest, if I can, you know, suggest in yourself, you know, if you can invest in yourself, that'd probably pay off the best. So invest in that first, and then maybe go back to school, maybe go train for something, learn a new trade, learn, you know, a new method of doing something. Maybe you want to continue your education, but you need to invest in something that's going to help you in the future. That's good investment. If you're like wanting to learn and learn the tarot, and you need like is this a good decision? That would be, yeah. At least it is for me anyway. Like, some of this I think is kind of subjective to the individual reader, I really don't think there's a wrong way to read the tarot, because what you're doing is you're connecting, you know, with your higher self, with, you know, your spirit team and all that, and I just don't think there's a wrong way of doing it. I think it's one of those things that anybody could pick up a deck and burn, right? That's why it's so great. Okay, so have patience making your decision. It's, you know, a lot of you are still young, you know, so it's not like, you know, you have to have this, you know, this idea of what you want to be for the rest of your life anytime soon. You don't. You know, I mean, there's 60-year-olds that, you know, change their jobs. So what? Okay, don't get too hung up on what you're doing. Alright. Alright, King of Cups. King of Cups is emotionally secure. He is calm. He doesn't let his emotions sway him. He's really unmoved by, you know, maybe emotional tactics. He's a master of them. So I'm guessing we need to kind of channel his energy a little bit. If not, maybe there is a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that could help you with this. So either one, whatever resonates with you, either it's going to be, these are the qualities that maybe you need to work on a little bit. Maybe you just need to look around and see if there's any of those water signs around you that have been offering anything. You know, advice, you know, it doesn't have to be a job. It doesn't have to be, you know, advice. Just, you know, they're wise. A king is wise. They're a king because they've gone, you know, they've gone through all the numbers, and they were a page, they were a knight, you know, they've grown so much because they've experienced so much, so they have a lot of wisdom when it comes to certain things. So if you have one of these King of Cups around you, you need to listen. Okay, moving on. Oh, King of Wands. Okay, so again, could be, you know, what we need to invest in. We need to invest in having these qualities. King of Wands is confident, courageous, bold, just excited. They burn hot for whatever they're doing, you know, and they put everything they have into it. They're very motivated, but they're also far enough into their journey where they know that they need to make a plan for it. So they're not like just, you know, the Page of Wands, we're just like, yeah, we're just going to rush in and we're going to do whatever we feel like doing. The King of Wands know that doesn't work. Okay, he knows that you have to have a plan. You have to, you know, despite how much you might want to, because Wands are fire, and fire energy is very, you know, I'm a Leo, and you can get it's like being hyped up, you know, like you get excited about something. We get very excited easily. So this is, I think it could be somebody who's trying to help you. If you know a fire sign, you know, Aries, Leo, Sag, that could help you. Maybe that's what it is. Or it could just be qualities. I really have like this feeling that for most of the people, it's going to be making an investment in themselves, but with these qualities about them, you know, emotional, physical. Those are things that we need to invest in. Okay. Let's see. Page of Wands. Okay. I think the idea here is to have these qualities, but also not to rush. You know, kind of, he's the page that, like, see him, he's like, he's the best dressed page, I think, out of all of them. But, you know, it's a personal opinion. He's like, he's the kind of page that, like, he'll just, like, wander in, do what he feels like, you know, but he's always very excited. He's happy to learn, he's happy to experience, he's happy to grow. Like, he's the explorer. He wants to go everywhere. He wants to do everything. He wants to, you know, so you need to keep that aspect about you. You know, we don't always need to be this, you know, uptight king that, you know, has to have everything perfect and makes the right choices. No, it's not going to happen that way. You know, we need to keep some level of excitement and almost like childlike in a way, you know. Children look at things so differently, and it's, you know, being a teacher for so many years, I got to see that, and it's incredible. It's beautiful how kids see things, because it's just completely different than what grown-ups will see. You know, you can look at two different things, and kids will see something completely different than what you see. And it's a really incredible phenomenon that you can see when you're a teacher working with children. It's crazy. But that's what we need to get back into. You know, that was one thing about back then. I was always very in touch with my inner child. You know, because I got to hang out with kids. I got to color and, you know, Play-Doh and all sorts. Like, I got to do that constantly. You know, you look at things very innocently, just for how fun it's going to be. You know, honestly, that's what most kids are like. You know, they're looking at things from, is this going to be any fun for me? If not, they're like, I don't want to do it. We need to keep that about ourselves. People don't think kids are wise, but they are incredibly wise. They actually have it figured out. You know, do what makes you happy. Kids aren't trying to please people. Page of Wands. Page of Wands is just kind of getting his bearings, I think, along the journey. Maybe you're starting a business. Maybe you're just kind of setting off on your own. That would be the page. It could also be something being brought to you, like Page of Wands. Page of Wands could be messages about something. Page of Pentacles. Pentacles are always slower. So what this is I think you're just getting like a reverence almost for what you're starting to do. I think you're realizing, you know, it's going to take work. It's going to take time, you know, and it's going to take a lot of things that you can't control, a lot of things that you can't change. You know, there are certain things you have to do, and you're learning that. You know, if you can see, he's kind of like, he's admiring it. You know, you need to be able to really understand what you're doing. Okay, take time to really get to know the psychology of what you're doing. Get to know why you're doing it. You know, you need to learn everything about this so you can be sure it's what you want to be doing. That will help you make a decision. You know, because not only is it about if it's fun, or if it's about if you're going to get money, it's also about, like you said, if it has fun. So it's going to be, like I said. All right. It's going to be about more than just money. And you're realizing the effort, I think. Pages, good thing about pages, though, is they're at least out of that 2 through 9. So they've kind of done that, and they've gotten that far. But as far as court cards go, they're actually like the lowest one. So that means they're the least developed. You know, like a king compared to a page is, you know, there's quite a difference in experience and just the way they think. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is, you think that it's you against the world. You're defensive. You don't want to let anyone help you. You're just like, get away. This is not, if you're trying to do something business-wise, especially, this is not a good way to be. You need people when you're, you know, trying to break out into business. You need to network. You need to get to know people. So this is not the way to be. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see, like he's standing, it looks like he's standing on a big, like a small world, and he's really big. You know, so it looks like he's all alone. You know, and he's fighting off everybody because he doesn't want to let anyone get close to him. He's defensive. Okay, so we need to not be so closed. You know, if there's somebody, you know, that can help you grow, we need to be, you know, getting to know them, or just like, you know, watching how they're doing things, just so you can kind of get the best way to see. Look at people who are succeeding at what you want to do. What are they doing? What are they not doing? You know, because by the time they've gotten that success, they've already failed at everything else, so they know what not to do. You know, I think it kind of comes down to that, is you just end up knowing, you keep knowing what not to do, and then you're like, you figure out what you're doing. The Fool just popped out. The Fool is, I love the Fool so much. Fool is new beginnings, brand new start. So some of you, either this is what you're getting. It's like a reset button, just whatever you had before, it's just, that's not it. So if it would be a business or something like that, I feel like this has a lot to do with like what people are trying to become. Not so much like romance or love or anything like that. I think this is just very like personal fulfillment, personal success kind of thing. So I think some of you are going to be realizing that what you're doing probably isn't what you want to be doing, which is okay, because that's how you grow. That's how you learn what you don't want to be doing, how you learn what you do want to be doing. You learn what you're good at. So, I mean, and it doesn't have to be completely different. I mean, it could be, you know, in the same field, but maybe it's a different department. You know, maybe it's a different section of it. You know, there's lots of divination arts. There's, you know, tarot cards, there's tea leaves, there's pendulum, there's all sorts of, there's scrying, there's all sorts of different ways to, you know, divinate, but they're all very different. So, you know, maybe you're in the right area, you're just not kind of in like the little niche you need to be in. So, and some of you are just starting completely over. Which is fine. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, work, work, work. Whistle while you work. Seven of Pentacles, he is dedicated to his job. He is meticulous. He is methodical. I mean, he is pumping out stuff. He's very, he's a tradesman. He's good at his craft. He knows he's good at his craft. You know, he knows his work, of his quality of his work. And he's good at it. Seven is, it's not, you know, it's not the end of, you know, the journey. So, I mean, there's still work ahead of him. Because, I mean, it doesn't start wrapping up completely until 9. And then, you know, by 10 it's complete and, you know, new one starting. So 7's close, but, you know, you're still having to perfect your craft. You know, whatever it is you're doing, you're going to have to still perfect it for a little bit. You know, just keep working on it. All right, I'm at 20 minutes here. I think I need to do some angel cards. All right, I'm going to do, okay. I'm going to do one card for a, all right. 2 of Swords isn't just about balance. It's actually about being able to go within yourself and kind of achieve a balance of sorts because you're aware of what's going on in there. You need to listen to your ideas, listen to your thoughts, listen to everything going on, okay? And you need to do it internally. She's blindfolded. She's not concerned with, you know, what's going on around her in the physical. She's concerned at what's going on a truth level inside. You know, that's, swords are truth. And that's the only thing she's really worried about at the moment is being truthful. So I think this is a way of saying that we need to be really honest with ourselves, and we need to be kind of, you know, thinking about if the direction we're going in is where we want to go. If it is, awesome. If it's not, then think about where else you might want to go. But just be honest with yourself. You don't even have to figure it out. It's not like you have to sit down and you have to figure it out right now. No. Sit down and think about things that, you know, when you were little, you dreamt about doing. You know, things that, you know, what would you want to do? Just to do. You know, what would be fun? All right. I'll do one more. 5 of Wands is movement, a lot of activity, a lot of just stuff going on in general. So I think that there's going to be movement. There's going to be, you know, it's not going to stay where you feel stuck and where you feel like you don't know what the hell you're doing. It's going to move. It is, you know. 5 of Wands, 5s are like right in the middle. So you're like, you're like right there and you almost feel stuck because you're not like way back where you were, but you're certainly not where you want to be. You know, so you're like right there in the middle and everything seems very chaotic and there really seems to be no clear direction. Things just seem kind of shitty from all sides sometimes, you know, and that's fine. That's okay. You know, there's a reason for everything that's going on. But, you know, we need to remember to get that calm center as much as possible. And it's easy to kind of fall out of a good vibration, I think is a good way to put it. But as long as you can recognize and you can pull yourself back, it's not a big deal. It really isn't. Okay, I'm going to do some angel cards because I'm already almost to 25 minutes here. I'm trying to keep them a little, not as long. Okay. Ooh. 9 of Fire. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Okay. There you go. I think that's perfect. You know, so if you have started something and it's really what you want to do and you're good at it, hey, don't give up. That's awesome. That is an awesome, awesome card. Alright. Is that good? Just one? I will read up here. Nine. Okay. Ready? Alright, here's the card if you can see it. I don't know. There we go. You've put a lot of work and energy into the situation. This card comes as a sign for you to actively protect what you've created or earned. Have courage and believe in your ability and right to defend the fruit of your labor. Strengthen your resolve and don't give up. You possess the wisdom and stamina to bring the situation to an agreeable conclusion. However, it's important to open your mind to assistance and points of view of others. Okay? Nobody's an island here. Look, see? Can't do everything on your own. Being prepared, physical strength, feelings of paranoia and tiredness. That would be this. Okay, so don't give up. You know, sometimes right before or right after you want to give up is when things kind of start picking up. And it's okay to want to give up on things. You know, I do it almost daily. But it's okay. You know, as long as, you know, your want to keep going is stronger than your want to give up. I think is what it comes down to. At least for me, most days. You know, it's okay to have, you know, a bad day, a bad hour. It's fine. You know, so long as you're being, you know, honest with yourself and you're really kind of just retreating inwards. You're not listening to other people as far as what you want your life to be like. You know, you really need to focus on what you feel like you should be doing. Okay. All right, I'm going to get these all together. I'll get them up on my Instagram in a little bit. Divine Destiny 1111. I hope this was able to help somebody make up their mind, make a decision. Hopefully. All right. I hope everyone has a really good day. Bye.